Now, getting into some comments, D. Micah Reynolds weighs in, says, Gane, bigger, stronger, faster, less experience. Yet Jones looked like crap his last few fights off as USADA was cracking down. That's a good point. That's something that you got to consider as well. D. Micah Reynolds goes on. Now he bulked up, probably still maybe fighting. Now, I'm not completely banking Jones will win at all. And either am I. I mean, it's a tough prediction. Absolutely a tough prediction, for sure. But I got to go with Jon Jones over Ciryl Gane. I just have to. But it's tough because Ciryl Gane beats anyone not named Francis Ngannou. So this is not a warm-up fight by any means for Jon Jones. So we have another comment from Zephyrus. Let us know your best picks and reads on the card. Well, easy picks are Bo Nickel, Shavkat Rakhmonov, Dricus du Plessis, Esteban Ribovic. Surprise picks, Jalen Turner to beat Mateusz Gamrot. That's my surprise pick of the night. I know a lot of people disagree on that one, but Jalen Turner's on a 5-fight win streak, and I believe he's got the momentum, and he's at the prime of his career, much like an Oliveira started 11-8. 11-8 before going 11-0 and winning the title. I'm not saying Jalen Turner wins a title, but if he wins this fight, he's getting to a title shot after the next two, and he'll win the next two if he wins this one. Strickland's Burner says, is this live? Yes, it's live, baby. We are live. From an undisclosed location, of course. Sapphire says, no, it's not live. I tend to disagree, being that I'm sitting here right now. Strickland's Burner says that you should go live more. I would, but the key to keep any channel live is super chats. That's what makes it worth it or not worth it. Right? No super chats, then we do more premieres than anything. For a lot of different reasons. But the super chats start coming in, we'll be live every time for the podcast. Make no mistake about it. D. Micah Reynolds weighs back in, says maybe Jones can outspeed the heavyweights, put points on them. How about KO them in 2 rounds? Probably, maybe not. Submit them? Maybe. Yeah, I think Jon Jones, I mean, it's going to, listen, he's a heavyweight now. He's not squeezing down to 205 anymore. It's going to be really interesting to see what Jon Jones can do in this fight. They continue. I say Jones gets KO'd in the fight, in a fight or two. Zephyrus, I'm not sure. Is MMA striking all that different than kickboxing? Yes and no. It's just kickboxing is like boxing. It's just one skill. MMA opens the door to all the other skills. But you saw what Alex Pereira did, a kickboxer, against Adesanya, another kickboxer. That's why Adesanya struggled with Pereira, because Pereira matches up with him perfectly, and it creates problems. Jonah Hollander opens the door. Thoughts on Chimaev's next fight? Well, he's come out and said he's not fighting until after Ramadan. That's April 22nd. That's like a full month. Because you're not eating or drinking during the day. You got to wait till the sun goes down. And it almost cost him last year against Gilbert Burns. You know, people want to get on Khamzat for his struggles against Gilbert Burns. This man beat Gilbert Burns during Ramadan. Think about that. If he's fresh, he absolutely destroys Gilbert Burns. But instead, he wasn't fresh, and he still won. And that's why he's number 1 on the do list, baby. Hands down. Strickland's Burner. Does Cody win? You know, we thought about doing the prediction on the podcast today, but yeah, it didn't make the cut. We had to pick 4. Cody Garbrandt will win and should win easily against a fighter that I think is like 14-7 or something like that. So, you know, that's how I feel. Jon Jones hasn't destroyed anybody in years, says Cash 7935. I agree with you, but it's a heavyweight fight now. Maybe, you know, as you get older, it's harder to make weight. It's much harder to make weight. It hurts you as you get older trying to squeeze down into any weight class that you normally would. You know, it's getting harder for Khamzat to squeeze into welterweight, and he's only like, what, 28? And I'm probably off on that number, but he's still young. And he already is having trouble squeezing down into welterweight. This is the problem. Now that he's in heavyweight, I think it erases all those other fights. We just don't know what to expect. Hollander says, Who do you think Chimaev's opponent will be? I want to say Robert Whittaker. I don't know if Whittaker would take that fight because it's a lot to lose. But if you take that fight and you win, you get an immediate title shot. And if I'm Robert Whittaker, I'm taking that fight. But if he was going to take it, he would have took it on the Islam Volkanovski card, because that was in Australia, his hometown. But he didn't take it because he didn't want that. He didn't want that madness in his hometown because he knew he would have lost. D. Michael Reynolds. That's why it's a crazy move up in weight class. It is. I don't know if you're talking about Chimaev or Jon Jones, but it is a crazy move for Jon Jones. It's not a crazy move for Khamzat, because Khamzat is a natural middleweight. He just went to welterweight as we were screaming for 2 years ago, because that was his easy road to a title. The problem is Leon Edwards KO'd Usman. So now we got a rematch. And he's waiting for a year and a half to get a title fight. And then by the time the year and a half goes over, they're going to tell Khamzat, oh no, you got to fight somebody. Well, who's he going to fight? Colby Covington? Colby's not taking that fight. So now you're finally seeing Khamzat talk about going up to middleweight because he cannot get a fight in the welterweight division, and the UFC is snubbing him. They're keeping him on the sidelines. They could have made Usman wait and beat someone else first, or wait on the sidelines and then let Khamzat and Leon Edwards fight it out. I mean, it's not like he lost by decision. He got KO'd. And enough of these rematches when fighters get KO'd. Hallander, do you think Chimaev ever comes back to welterweight? If he wins the middleweight title, I think he could potentially go to welterweight because he wants to be a 3-belt champion. So you can go middleweight, get an automatic title shot at welterweight. You just have to do it one time, win it, and never defend it, and then defend the middleweight title one more time, and then you go to light heavyweight and win that, and you win 3. That's the road I hope is still possible. But if we're talking 2, 3, 4 years from now, no, Khamzat will not go to welterweight. It's got to be in the next year or 2, or he's not ever going to make weight again. So those are just my thoughts on that. But, you know, Khamzat Chimaev, again, is number 1 on the do list for a reason. You see him up there at the top. Khamzat, Islam, Jon Jones, Colby Covington, who, listen, if he doesn't start fighting people, he's going to have to move down. Yuri Prochazka, Aljamain Sterling. And then you got Volkanovski, Jamal Hill, Sugar Sean O'Malley, and Israel Adesanya. And Izzy might be removed from the top 10 if he can't win the rematch against Alex Pereira. But Khamzat by far is the number 1 fighter in the world pound for pound. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. Khamzat Chimaev is number 1 in the world pound for pound. And it's about time they give this guy his due. What's up? This your boy Chris Cross. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button in one of the links below. Then click on one of them clips up above and enjoy yourself. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and God bless. Peace.